What is going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Everyone tuning in all around the world, you are beautiful, beautiful people. I appreciate everyone who got to come on in here and join the fun of me trying out a new streaming software. It didn't work out so well, but I'm back on the OG software that I know definitely does work. So for now, we're gonna use this. Ocart's in the house saying oi oi. Vets in crypto, bang bang. Devils for the win. Hoorah. Simplify Mandela. Or Vets and Cryptos. And Gabriel, hello, hello. We got Cash Up Cash, hola familia. And then we got more Hex saying, what up, what up? I'm chilling, man. It is an absolutely beautiful day we got going on right now. We have obviously some great news happening with PulseChain. We have a lot of activity happening with PulseChain. It seems like everyone has become more and more bullish over the last few days. Not just us in general. We have lower CPI reports. We have some phenomenal things happen in the overall market, such as like Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're having some good little price action move as well. So really, just an absolute good time to be in here. I appreciate that, Cash Up Cash. Digging the hat. I love it as well, my friend. Usually I put it on the little bear back there. Usually I just have it hanging out. Um, yeah, I don't have my white one in here. But I have another white one as well with a little black logo that I may wear every now and again. But I appreciate that. I love this hat as well. And yeah, definitely enjoying everything with it. Of course, brings along that good old Hex community, Hex ecosystem, and I love this ecosystem as well. So I hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday. Again, my name is ATX Crypto. For those of y'all who don't know, I do a daily stream live. If you like this content, you like talking about Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX, definitely give this video a like and a subscribe. Your streams are fire. Well, I appreciate that more, Hex. Thank you so much. Means a lot. I'm enjoying making this stuff, man. What's my background? Well, I actually have a little bit of so yeah, you can go check out my little testimonial video that I did. But in regards to my background, I actually served in the Marine Corps, did 4 years there, got out. I've always had a journey in my life to retire by the time that I was 38. Because if I had stayed in the Marine Corps, you do 20 years, you can retire. So I've always had it in my heart of hearts to go. I did 2 tours in Iraq, and that was enough for me. I didn't really care to do more, and so clearly I would have done many more. Because we still at war all the time. So that being said, once I got out, I actually got into selling cars for a little bit, got into the finance world, and then moved into that whole finance world where I was actually helping people build credit. I was actually helping people refinance their cars. I was helping people buy warranties and that kind of stuff. I was in sales. And so I did that for a small period of time. Again, always had it in my life's goal to retire by the time I was 38. And so I've always been looking for it, right? I was doing stocks, I was doing swing trades, I was investing everywhere. I had my feet dipped in basically any pool that I could because I really wanted to get the best that I could. And I was like, whatever's gonna happen, one of these are gonna play out. I was doing $100 per day into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano for about 2 years, but I was swing trading through that whole time. And so whenever everything all said and done, I found Hex. My buddy was a good buddy of mine who we stayed in touch over the years, and Dr. Kindle in the community over here for the Hexicans. But he pointed me in the direction of a few streamers. One of them was Richard Hart. Everything that Richard Hart was saying was just logical to me. It was all factual. He was spitting just straight truth. It wasn't based on emotions or decisions. It was only factual, and I appreciated the logical standpoint it was coming from. Started diving into Hex. Whenever I looked into Hex, I found it very intriguing, right? I got the finance background, very familiar with how everything works with this whole market and everything as well. And so I started to, I did a little test. I did 2 stakes. I did one for 7 days and one for 30 days. The one for 7 days, I ended the very next day. I wanted to see what the penalties would actually be like, what would happen. And once that actually came through and I saw the penalty, I did the other one for 30 days. I let that one play out all in all. Again, I started out very small. I dipped my feet in. I just want to make sure everything was what it was. And then once I found out everything is exactly what I was looking for, man, I went all in. I said, forget all that other crap because that shit ain't going to get me where I need to get to. And so I sold everything else, got out of all that other nonsense, stopped trading, and got into Hex, and been a member of the community ever since. About 2 years now, having an absolute blast. I've been doing streams roughly about June of last year, I think I started, where, and again, I don't have the exact time frame, but I started doing daily streams once Hexologist stopped doing his daily streams because of the SEC files and the lawsuit that came against him, or not lawsuit, the SEC investigation, if you will, asking for all of his information. So he stopped streaming, and so I was like, I'll pick up the mantle. So that's my background, more Hex, a very brief summarized version. Always bringing the energy. I appreciate that, Cash Up Cash. Well, I mean, shit, it's easy to do whenever you love this product, love the community. And guys, like, we are in an absolute blast, right? And here's the thing, whenever I talk about this, I'm being real. Like, we have by far the best community. And what I mean by that is, in the military, you have your brothers and sisters left and right of you who you know you got your back, who you can count on, who you may not always agree with, but at the same time, you know when shit hits the fan, you're going to be able to count on them. Well, I found that same sense of camaraderie in the Hex community. And that was very difficult to find, guys. It is very difficult to find outside of the military. For anyone who has never been in, it's a completely different sense of brotherhood, sisterhood, everyone that you got. It's a completely different sense of family, right? These are relationships that are lasting lifetimes. And so whenever I was doing all those other tradings and all that other stuff, I would never tell anyone else what was going on besides the closest confidants who were near me, telling them what I was planning on doing, because I didn't care for their information. I didn't care for what they would say, right? I had a goal, I had a plan, and I set forth that plan to go in motion. And if you start sharing information with everyone else about, here's what I plan on doing, then you start hearing all the little noise on the side of your ears, and I just didn't really care to hear that. So I shared it with a few friends who I was like, dude, I'm going to retire by the time I'm 38. You know what I mean? I don't care if you believe me or not. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I can. And sure as shit, dude, it's semi-retired, fucking 35 right now. You know what I mean? Absolutely wild. It's been an absolutely incredible journey, and it's only going to get better, right? We have PulseChain, PulseX coming. Oh my goodness, I just cannot wait until that happens, because that is when shit gets fucking lit. Like, you know what I mean? That's whenever we really start seeing my energy happen. That's when you're like, oh shit, we bringing it. Because I got a lot of game theories, I got a lot of plans, but now's the time to start doing it. And I share this information with in a lot of my streams, right? The 5 P's, proper preparation prevents poor performance, right? So what I mean by that is, start using this time to implement a strategy for what you're going to do when you see mad gains, guys. Like, imagine you have something that 10x's your money. That may not seem like a lot to people in crypto, but a 10x of your money is not found anywhere in the fiat world. So you don't have to think about it from that sense of crypto, like, man, it can do a 10,000x. You don't want to wait till the day it does a 10,000x, because what if that day never comes, for example, right? What if you're always waiting, or what if that day comes 15 years down the road? Well, I don't want you waiting that whole time to figure out something to do, right? Have some place and plan, or have a strategy and plan that you can say, when it 10x's, when it 100x's, when it 1000x's, here's my strategy, here's my plan, here's what I'm going to do. And I talk about my strategies because one thing that I missed out on last time was coming from, I missed out on the fact that, like I said, I saw mad gains in Hex and I didn't take profits. I was like, dude, this is going to be it. I found it. And I didn't take profits on the way up, and I didn't take profits on the way down. And so I got to see my money increase quite a bit, and then I got to see it fall quite a bit as well. But that is what you need in order to have the ability to know that you can be lasting through the test of time, right? This isn't something that, again, you get rich in a year, in a month, or in 6 months. This is a couple years down the road when you start looking at what's going to be a couple years down the road. So I want everyone to start coming up with their own strategy. I'll share with my investment thesis, with my profit taking strategy. I have a whole new strategy with a whole spreadsheet. In fact, I've already shared it with one member of my community, Gabriel. And so we're just looking to kind of continue doing that, right? More Hex says respect. You got it day one. Facts, I'm rocking with you. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's about. Cash Up Cash is saying 100, and that's what it's all about right there. Gabriel, yeah, coming through clutch on that one. He's the first one who actually got to see the profit taking spreadsheet, and so I'm still working on it in the background, guys. I know I definitely should be coming up with something a little bit more, but I really just want to make it an absolutely incredible thing. I don't want to release something that I know I'm going to continue to tweak. And so as long as testnet v3 hasn't come yet, I'm going to keep working on the profit taking spreadsheet. Once we really start seeing testnet v3 come, that's when I may start trying to figure out how to get this sent out to more people faster, because that's when I want everyone to start planning on what they're going to do. Punch in your numbers, see what's going on, see what's going to happen, and have a strategy in place so that way you know what it's going to do. My strategy is a breakdown. Take 5% profit every time it doubles in price. Pretty easy strategy, pretty easy to track. And I don't want you to wreck yourself, and I don't want to wreck myself. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. But I gotta say, like, you gotta have some sort of strategy in place. And so just as an example, I'll show you what I'm talking about real quick so that way y'all can see. And I appreciate everyone tuning in. I know it's a Saturday. We got a lot of fun happening overall. You know, I got my Hawks playing the Niners today in the playoff game, and hopefully we make it. We gonna see. Hopefully we can beat a third string quarterback. I don't know. But that's a whole different topic for a whole different day. So this is actually my spreadsheet right here that I have, that I'm building right now and sharing with, that I'm planning on sharing with everyone in the community, or at least the people who would like it. And so it's essentially, it has the ability to take 5% profit every time the price doubles. And so if we were to type in, I mean, currently the price of Hex, guys, let's take a look at this real fast. Like, Hex is coming on back up. I'm loving seeing it, right? We got the Hex price sitting at 2.6 cents. So if I look at, if I go back over here to the spreadsheet and I type in 2.6 cents, for example, say you were to buy your Hex today and you get in at 0.26 cents. Well, it's going to input all this information over here to the side. So it'll automatically adjust the initial price. It'll automatically tell you how many coins you've bought, assuming you were to spend 10,000 and that was the price that you got in at. Maybe you can figure out your average, and I'm going to be having that implemented as well. So it has the ability to input the average, put 1,000 on San Fran or putting 100 on San Fran. Man, see, like I gotta say, like, I'm going for the Hawks, man. They my team. They my team. Along with this hat, this is my other hat. Represent the Hawks. Oops. Do. Go Hawks. Anyways, I digress. I definitely got distracted on that one. But damn it, I knew I didn't share the freaking screen. And I forget to do that sometimes. And not sometimes, I do it often enough. But this is a profit taking spreadsheet right here. So it has it so you can say, like, hey man, I bought $1,000, for example, and I put it in at 2.6 cents. And what is going to be the current price, and what is the initial price, and all that. Well, I mean, heck, I might as well do it here, because if you were able to buy Hex at 2 cents, for example, and the current price is sitting at 2.6 cents, well, we haven't done any multiples and X's yet, right? You can see it right on down here. It would have said you would have bought 50,000 coins for that price. And so we're waiting for the price to double. Well, what does the price actually mean when it doubles? Well, it would be at 4 cents. Fairly easy to see. And so as you come on over here, you can see I have it to where you can take 5%. I have it to where you can go down and adjust it. If you don't want to take 5, you can adjust it to whatever number, up to 50%. I don't think it's recommended to ever go above 50% personally. The reason why is because when the price doubles and you take 50% profit, you automatically get back the money that you invested. And then at that point in time, you're playing with house money. So for some folks, that's the way they'll go about doing it. They'll just cash out at 50% here. They'll take the profit. And then from there, I do recommend going 5%, for example, because then it's just house money. And then you get to see the growth of what's actually going on. You get back your initial investment. You can do whatever you decide to do at that point in time. But that's why I'm starting out at 5. I know this is a long-term play for me. I don't really care about getting back my initial investment on the very first time I take profit. What I want to do is I have a plan in place that I can say when the price reaches 32 cents, this is going to be the amount that I'll be taking out. And it'll tell you how many times, how much profit is taken. It'll tell you all that stuff. And so this is something I'm still working on. It'll break down. I have it to where it's profit taking on 5%, 10%, 15%, and 20%. So hold tight and keep tight with me on these. And this is something that I'm going to continue to be working on. I know, Gabriel. I know. I fucking, the damn screen share. The damn screen share, man. I'm telling you, man, I get it. Yeah, sorry, but Niners D is no joke. I get it. You know what I mean? I think the Niners have I'm surprised that we got it. You know what I mean? Like, so Seahawks did fairly well in the beginning of the year, and then we just kind of fell off toward the last half of the year. And not only that, we had to have the Lions beat the Packers. Didn't see that happening just to be able to make the playoff spot. They ended up beating the Packers, which was surprising in and of itself. And so it's just everything that's happened to us to get to this point has just been laughable to me. But I'm just watching it play out, man. I'm really hoping that we just pull something out of our hats. But you never know. So let's talk PulseChain, folks. Let's talk PulseChain. This is Richard Hart. He is saying that some PulseChain teasers it's working on private V3 testnet. And from this alone, there's been so much hype, guys. You can see it in the Hex price. There's been so much hype with just this one teaser alone. This is the current Hex price, and this is on January 4th. I have this on daily right now. And so on January 4th, this is when it started going back up for the Hex conference. Everyone thought he may have announced something on the Hex conference. I didn't think he would. It's not like Richard Hart to do that. And in fact, there's a good reason why he wouldn't, and it's because expectation of the work of others, and he doesn't want that to happen. So he starts seeing the price rally back up. We got no news on the 9th, and then the price of Hex started dropping again. And then a couple days, the very next day, 2 days later, the very next day, when did he say this tweet? Let me see. He said this tweet on January 11th. So 2 days after the Hex conference, he comes through and says, hey, private testnet teaser. And then we start seeing the price go doop, 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 doop. And it's rallying back up again. Now, we do have to pass 3 cents, folks, in order for us to for me to start getting semi-bullish again myself. Because 3 cents is a big level that we haven't been able to pass in quite some time. I know we had some a slight little bump over here, but since November 20th, really, we haven't really seen 3 cents, right? And so 3 cents is a good level. It was a level of support for some time where we came down, touched 3 cents, bounced off it, touched 3 cents, bounced off it, and then once we broke through 3 cents, we flip it to a resistance. And so from there, we start seeing it rally up. It came down, it rallied up, it broke 3 cents for a second, for half a day basically, and then it fell back down below 3 cents. So once we really start seeing past 3 cents, I'll start getting a little bit more bullish, but really because, why are you doing this? Really because of the correlation between PulseChain and Hex. I'm really not anticipating anything too wild. I would love to see us go back up again, and I want to see us start hitting new all-time highs. And of course, I think everyone wants to see that. It just makes everyone happy. They start seeing these green candles. Everyone's mood gets better. You know what I mean? You can literally see it in the community. You can see it in the people's tweets. You can see it in the activity of our community. And so seeing these green candles makes everybody happy, myself included. And so that's what we're really waiting on seeing. Right now, we got the current price of Hex sitting at 2.589 cents. So really just kind of bouncing here in this range for some time. But that's kind of where I'm anticipating that we're going to see us bounce here, at least for now, right? Just for now. And then once we get past that 3 cent level that I'm really thinking, because I have this line as a basically a line of resistance slash support. That's my little line saying that's what we got to get past. Once we flip it to support, then we bounce off 3 cents, go back up, and then 5 cents is going to be the next level that we need to pass. So let's take a quick look. Let's take a look at some news real fast. We'll dive into some more PulseChain. It's a fun day here. It's Saturday. If you got some comments, definitely leave them in the chat down below. If you want me to check something out, I'm happy to take a look. Now is the time to be learning, because again, the 5 P's, proper preparation prevents poor performance. So if I'm using this time and I'm learning and I'm learning and I'm learning, well, when the time comes to execute, then you're going to be ready. I think Jake Sharp said something in his stream the other day, and I don't think I'd ever heard it before. But he said in the bull market, how did he say it? Oh man, I'm gonna draw a blank on it, and it sucks because I literally loved it so much. In the bull market, that is the time. Man, I can't remember. Damn it. Let me see if I can figure that out, because now I'm curious. I done made myself curious about something without even freaking intending to, and that sucks. I hate whenever I do that, but whenever I have something stuck on the tip of your tongue, you really just want to, you know, personally for me, I want to figure it out, and that's usually what'll happen. I start diving in, I start figuring it out, and then we get down to the nitty gritties and figures it out too. So let me see here. It was in a video he did with someone else in that video as well, and home. Let's go here. 2023 is the X year. Hey, cool. That was with Walrus. That was a phenomenal interview as well. Streamed 2 days ago. Yeah, it was with Crypto Kindness. That's right. Okay, so let me pull this up and switch it here. YouTube. Oh. All right. I hope everyone again is having a fantastic day, guys. It's an absolute blast being here. It's an absolute blast having fun with everyone. Error transcripts disabled for the video. Is that possible? Do they can do that? I didn't realize you could disable a transcript on your video. That doesn't make any sense. Well, shit, I'll have to figure it out later, and then I'll write it down so that way I won't forget. But let's get back over here with the news, okay? So we got some news happening. You can now stake Ethereum on MetaMask, but should you? And so this is actually happening. Looking at shorts, he shared it today or yesterday. Is that right? Yeah, he's always sharing what it was, and I was trying to see it in his videos. I found the video that he talked in, but I couldn't find it here. Binance early or distress, Binance crypto altcoin cycle, bull mentality, and yeah, is that it? No, that was an older video. I love that, what he says too. One of the fastest ways to lose your money in crypto is by having a bull market strategy in a bear market.
Bull markets, there's money flowing around everywhere, which means that all of these new altcoins and all of this BS that is launching here and there's a bunch of people that are in a massive risk mindset that they take the risks, because in the bull market, money is flying around everywhere. But in the bear market, it's not. In the bear market, you want to focus on blue chips, and early positions into new projects are actually a great move, because you have a capped downside and unlimited upside, essentially, as long as it's not like a rug pull or a scam or whatever. But the thing is, having a bull market mentality going into a bear market, it gets you wrecked, and then you lose all of your money before the next bull market starts. That's when you get depressed. Because then you start calculating, God damn it, if I just did nothing during the bear market and just went into the bull market, I'd have a hell of a lot more money than trying to make all of these bull market plays in bear markets.
Yep. Those are facts. Those are facts. Best way to play the bear market, bull cycles. Crypto is always done.
One of the things I've never really understood is people who live off of crypto full time, like me, but then never sell. We call it playing the cycles. During the bull market top, you kind of want to exit at least a percentage of your entire portfolio and go into yield farming and use that for a stable income to provide for your lifestyle during the wait for the bear cycle to end. Like these bear cycles last a year and a half. Like it's normal. Crypto has always done this. 3 years bull, 1 year bear. And the people who are full-time crypto and they refuse to sell close to the top, nobody gets the perfect top, but sell close to the top and then buy in back around the bear market bottom to go back into capital appreciation and native staking. But during that entire zone, you can do yield farming. Like right now, we're nearing a bear market bottom. So you don't want to be yield farming, you want to be building positions, but you want to exit the top, go into yield farming, and then get back bear market bottom. That's the best game plan I found personally.
Facts. So all in all, like he spits straight facts, man. Then I absolutely love Jake Sharp. You know what I mean? Love what he does. He's a big part of our ecosystem, of our community. So, you know, unfortunately, I'm not able to find out what he was saying, and I'll get back to it. But essentially, it did have to do with like during a bull market, that's whenever you be selling. During a bear market, that's when you buy. People get it all backwards, but again, like that was the basic of it. So let's check this out, guys. People are planning on staking Ethereum. Now, this is one thing that I love about PulseChain is that when you stake, you aren't going to be given your Pulse to someone else. But with Ethereum, you do actually stake your Ethereum with them, and you essentially are trying to earn yield from them. But I don't think that's a good idea. So the popular wallet MetaMask has launched its staking functionality, meaning users can now lock up their Ethereum through a new feature called Lido or Rocket Pool to earn financial rewards. What it means is anyone with the MetaMask wallet can start easily earning yield on any amount of ETH they'd like right from their wallet and without having to navigate in what was often a complicated user interface. But should they? Staking, after all, isn't without risk. Not to mention the fact that staking and getting your ETH back from the stake contract isn't an option. Like, why would you stake and you can't get your freaking stake back, man? Why would you do that? That is stupid. Because like you don't even have it as an option. It's not like you can stake for 6 months, a year. It's not like it. Yeah, the Ethereum developers say it will be coming soon. Like fuck that, dude. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor, but I don't recommend doing this. However, I share this because the difference between this and PulseChain is that you'll be able to stake to a validator and unstake from a validator when you want. There is no lockup period. There is no time that you have to stop it. Now it'll probably be like a day, right? It'll be like the day, just like Hex. You stake and then you have to wait until it ticks over 000 UTC time. But in reality, that's not like this, where if you stake, you don't even know if you can unstake. Not only that, you actually give your Ethereum away in this situation. You give it away. That is fucking ludicrous. Never give away your crypto to earn yield. That is a terrible, terrible way. Look at 4.59%. You're going to give away your Ethereum for 4.59%? Fuck out of here, man. That is ridiculous. That is not a good risk to reward, okay? I'll leave it at that. However, I share this because you can do this in PulseChain. You will be able to stake to a validator, earn yield, and then get it back out whenever you're done. Yeah, exactly. Oh, fuck yeah. So we got Tortoise Johnny in the house watching that popcorn. Hey, love it. Ten Top in the house. What's up, Hexakits? I don't know what you sound like, Ten Top, but I'm going to pretend like that's you. I'm sure that's not what you sound like. I can almost guarantee that, you know? You know what I mean? Like, we all know that's not what Ten Top sounds like, but why not? Yeah, middleman D is exactly what you start fucking with when you start messing with this kind of stuff right here. This is middleman D to a T, folks. So, while the rewards rate varies, MetaMask site claims users can earn a yield of about 5.22% per year on ETH deposits with Lido and 4.59 with Rocket Pool. Over 6.9 Ethereum is currently staked through its service, earning roughly 4.9% annually. Lido is so-called liquid staking provider, meaning users who stake Ethereum through Lido receive an equivalent amount of staked Ethereum in return for their staked tokens. This enables stakers to remain liquid while locking up their ETH, allowing them to use their ST ETH on other DeFi services. And I'm sure if you want to get it back out and you end up trying to lose that, and man, that just sounds like a risk that I'm not willing to take personally. If you're willing to take that risk, then so be it. I have another one on this one for Ethereum doing a Shanghai potential upgrade on track for March. So could we see PulseChain launch in March? I don't know. This is pretty interesting though. So you got the Ethereum developers right here saying definitely not. I don't know who really sounds like that, Tintop, but you know, whenever I see "What's up, Hexicans?" like I don't know, that's just how I have to read it. I don't know why, because this right here, "What's up, Hexicans?" Yeah, I don't. It just has to be read that way for like in my head, and so it comes out that way whenever I talk. Because you can't. "What's up, Hexicans?" I don't even know. All right. We have Ethereum developers say Shanghai upgrade remains on track for March. Developers this week successfully launched a DevNet and a shadow fork to prepare the network for its much hyped Shanghai upgrade. Of course, we got the Ethereum with the Starry Night style. Someone is learning Night Cafe and Midjourney. Hey, let me know in the comments down below if that's something that y'all want me to fuck with too. I am a big fan of AI. I've been the thumbnail I used today was actually created using Midjourney. So let me know if that's something that y'all want me to share in the community. If you already think there's more like "What's up?" There you go. There you go. What's up? I love it. So yeah, let me know if that's something that y'all want me to share in the community, right? I've been diving in with Midjourney, with Stable Diffusion, with many image-to-image softwares, with other items that you can migrate different things to. It's an absolute blast. If you want, I can always dive in and show that as well. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, can we check later for the hex limit orders, those walls and stuff? Of course, Gabriel. So we have the Ethereum core developers say they are chugging steadily towards the goal of launching Shanghai and enabling staked ETH withdrawals on network by March. So they are trying to figure it out. They're definitely working on getting that done. I'm wondering again, because we know that PulseChain is a fork of Ethereum, right? Is PulseChain going to be, waiting for this as well, implementing it on PulseChain? Every single time these upgrades start happening, like I wonder how long it's going to take for the developers to essentially move this into PulseChain. Are they going to choose not to implement some things? I'm very curious about a lot of the things, right? So this week the group launched DevNet 2, a developer network designed specifically to allow clients to tweak the Ethereum withdrawal process and make sure they get it right. The network launch went mostly smoothly with minor but expected hiccups, according to a developer call on Thursday. The ETH withdrawal capability will launch as the central component of Ethereum's much anticipated Shanghai upgrade. A previous upgrade known as the Merge officially transitioned Ethereum to the proof of stake system, which involved network participants known as validators pledging Ethereum to the network in order to verify transactions and keep the network secure. Now, of course, these validators earn newly minted Ethereum as a reward for staking. So we anticipate the same similar thing with PulseChain. We've already seen how it's going to be working on the validator section. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go to the testnet and you can actually start seeing a lot of this stuff as well. App.v2b, v2b.testnet, PulseChain. Oh, is that what it is? That wasn't it. All right. So one thing I did want to show as well was we have some unexpected / expected news coming from the GitLab. Now, this was just launched a couple days ago, and let me refresh this page right here. But this is a GitLab for PulseChain. This is actually where they are building their Ethereum on. Their Ethereum. Fucking what am I talking about? This is where PulseChain is being developed. And this is actually where the developers are coming through, implementing everything. And so the block scout was just recently updated 1 day ago. So let's freaking go. This is an incredible thing. This is just, again, like we've been seeing the devs being active on the GitLab, right? Because if you come over here and you can actually click on members, for example, and you can actually see other people. It's really interesting, right? You can click on the team. Another one is Lucas Carlson, just recently joined. So this is a big news. We have a new developer at Card Magic. Let me see if I can follow him on Twitter with that handle real fast, because why the F not? If you got someone who's a developer, yep, Lucas Carlson at Card Magic. That is his Twitter handle. So for those of y'all who want to see, this is Lucas Carlson right here, CTO and author of books, both fiction and nonfiction. Verifying myself, I am Lucas Carlson on Keybase.io. I'm not really sure what that's about. I'm not sure what Keybase is. Oh, damn, he doesn't post nothing. He doesn't post anything. Okay. Well, I followed him just in case he gets more active. Yeah, he doesn't post anything. Cool. He has one person following. Is that me? Oh, he's following one person. Damn it. And I don't know who that is. So, all right. Well, that is Lucas Carlson right there. He is a new developer in the PulseChain GitLab. So again, coming back on over here, we can see the team. You can see everyone down here, 9 months. And again, we start getting into 3 commas capital. Oh, he was already here. He was already a part of the he's already part of the team. Because he was a part of the PulseChain testnet down here, but they just added him to the block scout, I guess, since he's maybe working on that. So anyways, we got some developer action happening. Loving seeing the developers coming through, because this is what we're all waiting for. We're all waiting for these developers to start coming through and start showing some more information. If I go over here to members, you can see we have 3 commas capital was just active on January 12th. Let me zoom back in again. I know I zoomed out so I could see things a little bit easier. But we got 3 commas capital, another developer on PulseChain, active January 12th. Brett Paulson, active January 13th. Kyle Barr, January 3rd, 2023. If we scroll on down a little bit further, we got SJB, January 13th, 2023. So guys, these folks are freaking active. Not only that, if I come back over to Twitter, and you go to Brett Paulson's page, whoops, and we go to Brett Tep, which is Brett Paulson. If you go over here to his page, he can actually say right on down here, consider adding a layer. Nope, don't need to worry about that. Not sure why. Cool. And let me see where I can find it. Yes, you did. Imagine what would happen if blockchain censored your speech. Okay, hold on. Someone, it was a reply that he had. Someone had asked him, hey, since Richard Hart basically made it known that the PulseChain testnet is in private, yeah, right here. So they said this right here. Let me scroll down just a smidge. This is Brett Tepp saying, I'm not going to release anything that isn't public. At Richard Hart Win is the source of truth for his products. It's not my place. You are all amazing, and I believe that PulseChain will change the world, and RH is changing the world. So that is a developer of PulseChain right there. If you scroll on down, you have Fubari, I don't know how to say it, but They said, this is January 12th. They said, since RH made public that public release testnet v3 is very close, can you confirm that is the case? Much appreciated. And then we get this reply. Great question. Yes, it's really close. Oh shit. Let's fucking go. You know what I mean? Like, hey, that's incredible. I love hearing that news. Love seeing that information. So let's see what other people had said, because I know I got excited once I read that personally. They said, thank you, sir. PulseChain devs. With the little bear in the background. That video is crazy. They said, LOL. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you. There are many developers working, right? Of course, we know that. Thanks, man. Appreciate all the work. This is all January 1st. So these are all people replying when he first made it. PulseChain's the beginning of a revolution. Love this picture. I feel like I want to steal that picture. You know what I mean? That's an incredible picture. Oh my God. And then you get this fucking fool. Anyways, not gonna give him any space. Well said. Wow, real life PulseChain dev. This is whenever like PulseChain dev started like coming out of the woodworks. You know what I mean? Incredible stuff. Incredible, guys. It is absolutely an incredible thing to start seeing. So let's come over here to look at the wall. This is Gabriel. He had asked just a moment ago. The limit orders. So this is Gabriel asking, hey, can we check the limit orders on Hex, the walls and stuff? So this is us checking that out. AI is awesome. They are our friends. They know the bestest. All hail our robot overlords. That's funny. I'm a big fan. I only say that because they're listening now. Hey, I mean, hey, you're planning ahead. That's what I'm talking about. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So if you're planning for AIs to come through one day and just be like, I know everything that you said, motherfucker. We love you, AI. Oh my gosh, you're the best. He all done with PulseChain, freed up to work on ancillary stuff. We're so close. Facts, man. Facts on facts. John Trotter coming through in the house. Make sure you hit that like button. Definitely listen to John Trotter, folks. That's words of a wise person right there. Words of a wise man. So I appreciate that, John Trotter. And fuck it, since you're clicking like, you might as well click on that subscribe button too. Means a lot. The goal is to be at 600 by the end of the month. Help me get there by clicking. Because again, I'm enjoying making this content. I do a daily stream live. And if you're enjoying and you stuck around this far and you're still watching and you're not subscribed, then you're just killing time. And I don't know what you got going on. But this is the limit order for Hex. This is Hex USDC, which is the main trading pair. Whoops, let me go back. I just switched it over to the wrong one. So, am I zoomed in on this website? Okay, yeah, I was. Okay, so this is Hex USDC. You can actually go on here to info.uniswap.org and type in pools. You can look up this stuff yourself as well. If you're ever curious, go into Hex and click on this Hex USDC. Might as well favorite it right here. But you can click on Hex USDC because that's primarily where Hex is trading. We have $4.77 million in the last 24 hours traded there. And of course, the overall total value locked is 4.72 million. Hex versus Ethereum sitting at 1.27 million. And then Hex versus DAI sitting at 190,000. So the primary trading pair for Hex is in fact USDC. That is what we're going to be comparing against when looking at this information. If you actually come on down here, when you look at this chart, if it's your first time seeing it, the red line is going to be, and it's kind of tough to see, huh? So the red line that you see right here is actually the current price of Hex. We have the current price sitting at no way. I need to refresh the page. That's why. 1 second, didn't have it refreshed. All right, we have different change of information. The total value locked is 5.42 million. This is still Hex USDC. Cool. In the last 24 hours, there's been 5.02, and there's been 15,000 in fees. We're going to go to the liquidity because that is what you want to see whenever you're trying to see. The volume is always cool to kind of see what's happening. We had a lot of volume in July, and then, you know, kind of started dying. That was that mid-May time frame. It didn't happen. People started selling. Of course, that continued to happen over time, and the volume has kind of started to slow down, but it's going to be good because that just means less sellers, more buyers. If you go over here to liquidity, this is where we can see that red line that we were talking about. Current hex price sitting at 2.55 cents. We have USDC. You would get 39 hex for $1, and that's just kind of the breakdown of where it is. Everything to the left of the red line is a sell wall. That is what we need to pass in order for the hex price to start going up, right? You need to pass this sell wall to the left of the red line. So as the price of hex goes up, these are all limit orders for people who are basically going to be selling their hex. So we can see that we have a strong limit order wall basically up to 3 cents. And then right when we get to 3 cents, this is kind of that wall that I'm talking about. When we get past 3 cents, we really need to start getting past 5 cents, because look how many limit orders are all here. 3.2, 3.28. And these are all people who are basically saying like, hey, I'm selling it when the price hits this. And some people could have gotten in at 1.7 where the price was 1.7 cents, and they're selling on a double when it reaches 3.4. So some people are just looking to get their money back and then play with house money. That's what I was talking about with the 50% profit taking strategy. Some people are doing that. It's obvious to see. So as the left of the wall is a sell wall, the right wall, the right of the red line, is a buy wall. So as the price dips and as we get lower and lower and lower, the price of people wanting to buy hex is all right here. Should we drop below 2 cents, really 1.9 cent, that's when we're probably going to see a little drop for some time. These have actually been filled in pretty heavy. People are putting in a lot of limit orders around this 2 cent price range now, anywhere between 2.5 that we're at right now all the way to about 1.9. People are setting these limit orders here because people are thinking we may not see the price of hex dip below 2 cents again, and if it does dip below 2 cents, 1.9 is where they have it set, and then they don't really have anything. So if the price does dip below 1.9, we're going to see a little bit of a bigger fall happening till we get to about 1.6. So that's what we're seeing right now for the limit orders on the hex side. So if you are wanting to see it, then that is definitely something to see. Denise coming through saying, great stream, very refreshing, and I didn't need my glasses to read the screen share on my phone. LOL. I try. I mean, it's tough, right? I try zooming in sometimes, and I'm like, I need to zoom in more. And then sometimes I'll zoom in so much. Like, for example, I'll be like, oh my gosh. And then the screen doesn't move. I'm like, it's not moving like I want it to. This is actually pretty handy. So I'll zoom in a little bit more. So boom, there you go, Denise. Very easy to see for everyone. So again, everything to the left of the red line is a sell wall. Remember, these are people who are looking to sell their hex as the price reaches these numbers. And everything to the right of the red line, which is the current price of hex, 2.55 cents, is a buy wall. Now, I discussed this in my streams. Oops, we got my wife texting me. Give me 1 second. Need to get anything started in particular. She's heading home. Just want to make sure she, if I need to start some food or whatever, I can always get that going as well. Take care of the wife. Happy life, happy wife, happy life. Y'all know the drill. So if you come over here to this little chart right here, again, this is the current hex price sitting at 2.5 that we just saw. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to need to pass this 3 cent level. That is where we have a lot of resistance happening. I showed this a little bit earlier on my stream, but if you're coming in right now, you can see over here in November was really the last time we kind of cussed 3 cents. And it was right here in this little area. We passed 3 cents for a little bit in December, and then it fell back down. So 3 cents is definitely the line that we need to get past. If we can get past that, I think we're going to see a lot more bullish momentum happening in hex. We're going to see a lot more people hyped up in hex. Why does it keep moving all the way over? I don't get it. Okay, so we're going to see a lot more people hyped up in hex. We're going to see a lot of people getting excited. And again, that 3 cent level is where we're kind of bouncing. Personally, I think we're going to get here. Now, guys, if we get testnet V3 come public, I mean, the sky's the limit for Hex. We already know that because people are going to anticipate that we're going to be getting PulseChain soon after. And so it's just a matter of time. If they're saying PulseChain testnet private is private right now and it goes public, I'm expecting some big news as well. Now, this is something that I want to share with everyone. I just recently rediscovered this website again, but it's hexgraphs.com. They're going to be doing a graph on Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX. You can actually come on down here and choose your service. So currently we don't have any graphs happening with PulseChain or PulseX. I don't think they have anything happening right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Please understand this entire site is my personal opinion, in no way investment advice. Before you do anything, understand cryptocurrency is highly volatile and unregulated. There is no investor protection. Do your own due diligence. Never risk anything you can't afford to lose. Right, all the good stuff, right? So you have to say that stuff. So yeah, of course, there's nothing for PulseChain, obviously, at this point in time, because it's not out yet. But this is definitely a website that I saw and I was actually very excited about, because this has a lot of stuff in here. And so for those of y'all who haven't necessarily seen this, I'll share it with you as well. If you go down into shares, for example, it has a quick little video about the shares if y'all are curious into what T-shares are. This was the first Hex conference where Dev Kyle actually breaks down how T-shares work. This is another video where they actually talk about, why is it not updating on the page? 1 second here. It's not showing my page. Oh, weird. It opens up in a different tab. Interesting. Okay. So this is actually the page down here where you can actually click on these videos. It does a better explanation into what T-shares are, maybe if you're curious as to what they are. This is Dev Kyle. He was a founder, or he was a dev on Hex. And so he actually breaks down how it works as well. But check this out. This is actually the share price showing that it's up 752x. And again, this is as of January 3rd, 2023. So these charts are semi-updated. They aren't exactly fully updated just yet, but you have the current T-share price in Hex and it never falls. So guys, this number is going to continue to rise. If you're new to Hex, now is the time to start learning what T-shares are, because guys, T-shares is how you win in Hex. That is the key to Hex. That is what Hex is about. You have T-share and Hex price, so you can see this course goes up and down, because as Hex price goes up and down, it moves the price of a T-share, but it doesn't change the amount of T-shares it costs in order to get. It doesn't change the amount of Hex it costs in order to get one T-share. So this is T-share price in dollars and in Hex. Really cool website here, hexgraphs.com. I just recently found it. This is a T-share payout and some in Hex, and this is basically saying, like, through this whole time, and I don't think you can actually click. Yeah, it's just a picture. Cool. Up. So there's a lot of information that's here, right? And I definitely advise people to go in, check this kind of stuff out. This is how you start learning about what Hex is, how it works, the whole staking mechanism, the stake share price, and how it would work over a period of time, the payout. Like, all this stuff is very, very important to know, okay? Very important. We got Robert online saying PulseChain to the moon. Facts, man. Like, I'm fucking excited come PulseChain launch. Once that shit launches, what? That shit, it's just gonna be like a boosh. Straight up. And we have J-Man in the house. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hello, everyone, says J-Man. Excited for PulseChain. I am excited with you, J-Man. It is going to be an absolute blast come PulseChain launch. I think people are going to lose their freaking mind. 1 second. Let me see what the wife says. Cool, cool. All right, cool. So if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I think it goes like this. If it don't make dollars, in cents being CENTS, right? Like pennies, cents. That's how I would say that. But I love it. That is absolutely true, Tin Top. And we're all about trying to make money here, right? That's how this works. Well, that's what we're looking for, right? And so this is a really cool little website for those people who haven't had a chance to check it out. Definitely something to start seeing. Okay, do you want me? I'll say no. That would be awesome. All right. So apparently she's gonna come home and do the cooking whenever she gets home, and I won't argue with that. All right. So let's see what else we have here. We have the performance. Let me just go through this website real fast. I haven't really had a chance to dive into everything like this, but this is Hex outperforming every market, every other market. So this is the overall gains from December of 2019 to January 3rd, comparing ETH, BTC, S&P, and Amazon. Oh, and of course I'm terrible at texting while streaming. T-shirts are money printers. T-shirts are money printers. T-shirts is how you win. When you get Hex, folks, the idea behind it is that you stake Hex. That is how you can maximize true earnings with Hex. It's not just a coin that you hold on to for a period of time. When you get Hex, you stake Hex, and you prevent yourself from wrecking yourself. You by staking, you lock it up, but you actually earn trustless yield every single day, and you choose how long you lock it up for. If you know, for example, that you have an anniversary that happens every year, well, maybe you have a stake come out at the, a month before your anniversary, so you can buy a gift or whatever the case may be, and you can end it every single year up to 15 years. You want to have a purpose behind why you stake, not just the fact that you're just staked. If you have a purpose behind it, it's going to lead you to actually stake and commit to the stake for you. Sorry, mom. When I can only do like two things at once, and apparently fucking reading text and streaming at the same time is too tough for me, because then I just messed up what I just replied back. Tin Top in the house, yes sir. J Man, yes sir. Gabriel, so they probably are just checking if everything is all right on private testnet v3. If everything is okay, it could be out any day now, or what? Gabriel, yes. To answer the question, testnet could be public with v3 any day now. Block Scout is essentially what you're using whenever we use like etherscan.io, and I'm diving into, say, wallets and seeing what these people are doing. That's really what it's about. So, for example, like if I go to dexscreener.com, this is a website I use to see people who are selling. This is a website I use to see people who are buying. J-Man, I'm loving these prices too. In fact, if it goes any lower, I just have limit orders down below 2 cents just in case, because you never know what's going to happen. But yeah, these are amazing opportunities in time. So you just had someone sell $26,000, almost a million Hex, just a little few minutes ago, as a matter of fact, about 20 minutes ago. And so I can click on this wallet right here. And this is essentially like a block scout, block explorer. When you go to etherscan.io, PulseChain will have its own block scout and as well, so you can see all the transactions. So as they're doing these updates, these are an awesome time. And one thing I was seeing as these folks are selling, so this person, is this for AAD? Okay, this is someone else. So these folks have basically $200,000 worth of Hex. They have 7 million Hex liquid. They have 80,000 USDC. So they're holding pretty much liquid right now, and they're selling some Hex to get into USDC. They just recently sold 110,000. Nope. Yeah, they converted 110 million Hedron into USDC. They swapped their Hex, and so they sold 1.6 million Hex in order to convert it into USDC. Yeah, and so they continue to sell, right? And these are, wonder if they're trying to get out. So you got 2 days, 3 days. They're very active and they're selling quickly. And I'm curious as to what's going on as to like what's causing this. So one thing I start doing, of course, we already know when people start doing this stuff, I dive into like, what are they staked, right? Because I get real curious, man. Whenever I see people holding that much liquid hex, it makes me wonder, do they even understand the principle of hex? Like, I see they have hedron, so I can assume that they are staked. That just is a pretty easy rule of thumb there, because you get hedron when you're staked. So I go to this website, hexfire.io, and you can actually see what's going on with their stake. So if I pull up their wallet address, we can see they are not staked anymore. It looks like they have ended. Nope, they've never been staked. See, like, this confuses me whenever I see this kind of stuff, folks. It really does, because I don't get how someone can hold almost 7 million hex. Was that what it was? Yeah, 7 million hex that they hold, and then they don't stake any. Like, that confuses me. Hi, baby. Journey's right here. Ah! He was outside. He just came in like 10 minutes ago. Okay, love you. Yeah, so screen. I am sharing the screen. Gabriel, I gotta be sharing the screen. Come on, tell me you see everything that I've been doing right now. It shows that I'm sharing the screen. I hope I've been sharing the screen. I don't know what I was talking about before. Maybe it was this screen right here for Deck Screener. I don't know if that was the screen. Maybe he bought at 2 cents and now selling. Yeah, and so like sometimes you can dive in and like see really what people are doing with these transactions. I don't really care so much if they're not staked and they're just trading and that's just what they're doing. I don't really condone that. I don't think it's a good way of living. It's very stressful on yourself. They minted their hedron out, and so at one point in time, it looks like there's no way. Let me now you got me curious, man. Let me see. Let me see if I can figure this out. I'm just gonna see if they've ever minted hex out of the burn address or out of the yeah, they have Pulse Dogecoin. They have hedron. They had to be staked at some point. That's how you get all those coins. You don't just start buying them. Here you go. Hedron 35 billion. Pulse Dogecoin. USDC. Well, let's just go all the way down. Let's just kick it to the end. We're gonna go to the last and see when they started doing it. So at the very beginning, they started doing some transactions 268 days ago, back in April of 2022. They bought 12 million hex. Oh, they had it sent from this address, which I'm assuming is an address that they actually are staked in. Let me find out. There's only one way to really tell whenever this starts happening. Celsius. Lol. Here we go. Yeah, that makes more sense. So this is actually the wallet that they are originally staked in, and then they send it over to the other one. So they are a dolphin in the in our Hex ecosystem. They had 49 T-share or 49 stakes that have already ended. They still have, you know, probably about 17 remaining because they had 66 overall that they've made. And actually, I just got shown this the other day, so check this out. If y'all ever want to know kind of like how much the gas fee may be to end a stake whenever your stake comes due, if you go over here to Hex staking data on the left side, and I know I'm covering it up for myself. Let me see. Let me move myself real quick. So if you come over here to this website, hexfire.io, and you see this area right here on the left, it says Hex staking data. When I click this, it actually will pull up this whole section. It gives you a bunch of information, and you can of course filter by your address. Now, in this case, I'm going to look for this wallet because that's the wallet that I'm using for example. But if you come down here, it'll tell you an estimated end fee for Ethereum. So if y'all ever curious as to like maybe how much Ethereum it may cost to end your stake and plan ahead so that way you can do it, then you can actually come over here and you can see you have the estimated end fee in Ethereum. It'll tell you in order to end this stake whenever it comes due, it's probably going to end up costing about 0.15 Ethereum, 0.15 Ethereum, 0.07 Ethereum. Really, really cool stuff right here. And actually, I just found this out. A good buddy of mine pointed it out to me the other day. Stopped over at the house and showed me, hey man, I know you've been on this website, but here's a really cool thing you can use on this website too. And so just in case y'all are ever curious about maybe how much it's going to cost to end your stake, really easy way of checking it out. So yeah, this person is in fact staked. They have essentially moved their hex and moved it into this wallet, and then they have moved some Hedron. They mess with Shiba Inu for a little bit of time, but this is their main wallet that they have. This whole B5, B4, and then they swap it out for USDC, and they mint the USDC and they hold it, and then they do the same for Hex. They keep swapping Hex out for USDC, and so they're cashing out over here in this wallet. It seems like they're moving over all of their assets when they cash out into this wallet. And so that's what this wallet's for them. It's a cash out wallet. They are still staked in Hex though. Love it, Gabriel. One thing to remember is, like me, a lot of people staked from one wallet, and as the stakes come out, they diversify to other wallets. Yeah, for sure. And that's why I dive into sometimes these wallets, right? Because like I said, dude, it doesn't make sense. For me personally, I don't see how you can hold 7 million Hex and not ever stake, right? And so you have to say, well, they were staked at some point because they have Hedron and they also have Pulse Dogecoin, right? And so if we know that they have these coins, then they were originally staked at some point. I just dive in and figure out where they staked it from. And so, yes, you need to have a multiple wallet scenario, and that's what I mention whenever I talk about diversification. It's this exact point, guys. You have to have, personally, what I recommend is to have a couple of wallets that you can stake, especially with the prices of Hex right now. If you can get your stakes done on multiple wallets, then it makes it so much easier to have two different wallets. So if one ever gets compromised, you're not worried that you just lost everything. You want to have multiple wallets with multiple stakes done on multiple time frames. So what I've done now through this whole bear market is I've got multiple wallets where I have a staking ladder on all of them, and I have the stakes ending on certain times, so that way it's easy for me to remember. But if one wallet ever gets compromised, I'm not screwed right away. I don't need to have all of my funds in one wallet for me to be like, I got it, I made it. I need to have it on multiple, so that way if one gets compromised, I'm still good to go with a couple other. You know what I mean? It's a backup of a way of securing your wealth. It's essentially like diversification into, say, real estate or other assets. But that's where if I see someone with 7 million Hex liquid, they probably are staked at some point in time, and you just have to figure out where they staked and where it was at. And that's what we're doing. So that's what I do here. Gabriel says, Inspector ATX. Facts, man. Like, now's the time to start looking, right? Like, I love diving into what people are doing. I love seeing what they got going on, what's happening overall. And yeah, it's just an absolute blast. But folks, wife's here. I'm going to be cooking up and eating some good old lunches. I hope everyone does have a fantastic weekend / Saturday. I will be back tomorrow. As always, as I do a daily stream live. So if you are enjoying the content, don't miss out. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. To everyone who is currently watching right now, when I end the video, if you could go back in and leave a comment on the video, it gets that little YouTube algorithm going. But it's always greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Love you all. Have a good one, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.